So instead of sponsoring everybody and forcing them to become business builders immediately, what I wanted Chuck to do was just enjoy the product. Now that is very, very important because don't forget this. This is one point I will make to you. It says sold people sell. Sold people sell. And if you can get somebody sold on the benefits of the product, you will not have problems whatsoever of them sharing what they've got with other people. And that's the thing that's missing. I think a lot of people try to force people in the business and they become abrasive too early, and that person kind of already backs up and they ruin a good person before the person even enjoys the product. I mean, let them try the product first. So what I did with Chuck is I would say, Chuck, listen, I just want you to try this product and enjoy it. And I would give him a little bit of information, not a ton, quit out fire hosing people, but just a little bit, maybe a periodic email here and there. My perfect example is Joe Norman, the 100K Premier, former pro football player. This is a great story, and I hope you remember this. Joe was not interested in opportunity. He had a big business. He owns a construction company. It's his company. And I said, I approached him with the opportunity standpoint. Too much time. But eventually I lightened up and got smart, and I started to approach him from a product standpoint, knowing that he had issues dealing with, and let him enjoy the product. And I shared testimonies, and I actually got a couple three-ways of people who had testimonies with the product, and I sold him on the product. And over a period of time, Joe became more and more convinced that there was something legitimate to this product, because he didn't want, and most of us can relate to this, he didn't want to ruin his credibility by going out and telling everybody about a product based on hype and not substantial evidence. And a lot of times people have to just be personally sold. I mean, most people are that way, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that's something you need to remember too, is if people need to be sold on the product, if you want to get your numbers, your organization big, you had better put a bunch of people in immediately so that they can enjoy the product. So when that time period comes, you've got a lot of people who at one point make a decision that they're going to do the business. A lot of phone calls. That's a good sign. So now if you have a lot of people that you're getting on the business or getting on the product simultaneously, once those people begin to have results, that's when you're going to see the numbers go. Now that's why most people don't have any big momentum, is they go after one or two people. And then once they get that one person, and I understand where the idea comes from, they sit and they go, oh, management mode. Let's start, babysitting, and let me help this guy do this, and he's my millionaire. I'm telling you, quit doing that. If you want massive action, you got to get, you got to do if you want massive results, you got to have massive action. What I did, I mean, this is how I've personally recruited probably 240 some people that I've actually got in myself, okay? Because I don't have a problem with it, because I'm not trying to sell everybody on anything. I just want people to try the product. So when I was trying to get my initial goal of 100 people total in my organization, I went after people as quick as I could. I made the videos, or the phone calls to send the emails. Once I sent those out, because of the amount of people I had talked to, I was putting people in left and right. And I put 15 people in one day. 15 people in one day, because I had filled my pipeline with people looking at it. Oh, you're not interested? Okay, click buy. Enough said. And I understand this. I don't convince everybody to do this. I could care less if somebody wants to be sick the rest of their life. Knock themselves out, okay? That's just how people are. Get over it. People are goofballs sometimes. You got to just learn to take it with a grain of salt, get thicker skin, rhino skin is what they call it. Let the water run off your back like a duck, or whatever you want to put it like, however you wanted the analogy you want to use. But kind of in wrapping this up on this portion of the video is, once I had sent out the emails and I got the people and I started to put the people in the business, I had enough people in the business drinking the product, and I pretty much, once I got them on, I said, look, you're going to have to give this at least 30, 60, 90 days to really see something. I got my little wheel going, and I got my big ball rolling to where I'd had 20, 40, 50 personals that I had put in, that I personally recruited, and those people started to experience the product. And now I followed up with those people, and at that point is when I started to address things like, hey, who do you know that has this issue? Or do you know anybody that's dealing with pain, inflammation, this disease, whatever, anything that could get them to take a focus off themselves now and look at those other people? And then at that point, I was then able to use their contacts to help them build their own business. You see, each person that you get involved has a center of influence, okay, of a small, whether it's small or big, they have a center of influence. Maybe between 5 and 500 people, but usually it's around 5 to 50 people somebody has influence over on a first name basis. And once you get that one person in, you now have 5 more people that you have the ability to touch. And guess what each one of these people has? 5 more people that you have the ability to touch. You have an unlimited source of people out there that are looking for what you have if you just work the numbers as quickly and as aggressively as you can. Okay? And let me kind of end with this. To me, $500 a month was so important, it was scary. It was the difference between basically having some peace in the house and stressing out and not knowing what was going on, okay? And I had some issues I had to get overcome, and I learned a lot of those. But once I understood that I had a vehicle that I didn't have to work out of the house for, that I could do this on my own, own time. And here's the thing is, you don't have time, get over it. How big is your dream, okay? How bad do you want your freedom? How bad do you want success? You make the decision, you're going to get what you want and what you go after, period, okay? But once I understood that I could accomplish that and I started to see the numbers picking up, I became more enthusiastic about it. And the more I did it, the easier it got, which is real important. The more I did it, the easier it got. And it just started to progressively grow and grow and grow until at one point I'd actually put in, out of like 96 people I had, I think I had personally put in 50 some. And it was at that point that I had, out of those 90 some people, there was a small handful that kind of saw it like I saw it and also aggressively started to take it. And I went from my little $500 a month goal to, $1,000 and then $5,000 and then $10,000 and 20, whatever, hypothetically, of course. And it just progressively got bigger and bigger, and other people that understood the simplicity of this became involved in it and saw that they could achieve their dream. And keep it realistic, what you're starting with. Go after that $500 a month. I mean, aggressively attack that, but once you learn how to do that and you understand these strategies are real simple, it's just doing it over and over and over and over and over, you can be as successful as you want. The sky's the limit once you understand this. And the thing is, it's not being fancy. It's simplicity is the key. Most people, I use createmysuccess.com because it's a simple website. It's not complicated. There's not a lot of hype to it. And I just send people there to take a look at a video, watch a little bit, get some things going, click around, and I can follow up with them and ask them some specific questions, kind of directing them in the way I want them to go, just so they can try the product. And the ones that want to get in the business will, and you got to like a phone that rings because that means money. So hopefully you got something out of this, and I'll get some more videos out to you, get your business going, and I hope that you appreciate it, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks.